work on TikTok, building that platform up, man. Just, I'm steady working out here, y'all. Y'all know how I do. I don't really sleep, man. Y'all know how it is, man. I'm just making sure that I'm connected with the people, man, of the Bear Nation, man, and trying to get good people to come be a part of this platform, elevate the platform, be funny on the platform, talk shit on the platform. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool just, getting to know new people, man, and finding out all the Bear fans, man. But it's been a wild offseason, Allen, man, already, bro. Like, we lost the center. He retired on us, man. Dahlman. It's a bunch of stuff, man. The left tackle position, Ozzie Trapillo, DJ Moore got traded, Tremaine got released. There's just a lot of things going on right now, man. And it's not been what I could say lack of entertainment and not boring, man. So when you see these things happening, man, the first thing that you could think of, what has been the most?
Of course, of Roma Duze, of Luther Burton, and Colston Loveland. That's going to be the new core that pushes the Bears into the next season, and so on and so forth. So you called this out with DJ Moore is going to get traded, and man, we here.
Yeah, man. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's been a lot of stuff going on in Bears Nation for the last couple of days.
Yeah, it is, man. And thanks for telling me that I called that, man. A lot of people on here, man, they don't really pay attention to trends. They don't really pay attention to, money. They don't pay attention to how a team can be built to where you might have to get rid of a guy like a DJ Moore. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
It is what it is with that situation. I saw it coming because, when you got a guy that you pretty much overpaid when he got here, you got him in a trade. You at the bottom of the barrel, so to speak. Like, you get a guy that's probably not the guy you really need for your team or anything like that, but you got to get somebody to make some type of splash, and it just is what it is. But when you got a coach like Ben Johnson, who's looking to improve in football, the afterlife effects of playing football, and they said he originally had a 5-year plan, CJ, and this was his 5th year. So this didn't come out of nowhere that the Bears didn't know that Dahlman was planning on retiring. I just think that, man, when it comes to stuff like this, it's better now than later. I'm happy he did this now before training camp starts and things really start to rev up. And then when he's gone, we got to really find a replacement and really be our hands in our mouth. You know what I'm saying? Our feet in our mouth, like.
Yeah.
So the fact that he did this now, I'm okay with it. The fact that he did it, he walked away from a young quarterback that's ascending to probably MVP. He walked away from a winning team. He walked away from Ben Johnson. He pretty much was a part of the change in Chicago as far as the offensive line, and people were going to remember him from doing that. So the fact that he can walk away from all of this and only be 27 years old lets me know that this was a thought-out decision for him, man. So what's your thoughts on Dahlman?
I mean, my thoughts is that I've seen this before. This actually, my cousin actually had, he was playing at a Division II school, and he went down to Texas and did the combine down in Texas. Now, my cousin didn't have good numbers at the combine, so he just didn't make it. But he works at a personal trainer's office.
Mm-hmm.
So you never know what's going through a person's mind when it comes to football. You just never know. A lot of these guys want to get paid. They want to make sure their family is good, and once their family is good and once they're paid, sometimes they just go. They just want to leave. I know everybody wants to know the reason why and why he did it. I don't think he owed nobody an explanation.
So I'd rather him be a professional and just say, you know what, man, I just ain't got it in me. So I can respect that.
Yeah, man, because, the worst thing I say, the sports that I did play, the basketball I did play for a while, I felt like this, and you could probably attest to it too, the season probably too. When you start thinking about what you're doing as an athlete, I think you kind of cook. Mm-hmm. Like when I was thinking about, stopping on the dime and hitting the hezzy and then pulling up for a jump, and I had to think about it, I knew the time was coming. Like, man, I think my little hoop dream's gonna be over because I'm starting to think entirely too much. So I think sometimes, you can get in your own head, and that's like not a good place sometimes. Once you start thinking about your things you're doing on the field or the basketball court at a young age, that's kind of when you know it's almost time to hang it up. What you think about that, Al? Or CJ?
Yeah, man. When you got, like the coaches used to say, when you think about stuff, thinking about getting hurt, you're done. You're done.
Right.
If you think you're going to get hurt, you're going to get hurt. Your mind start playing tricks on you, and your mind will take over. So if I just ain't feeling today, Joe, he talking to his teammates like, man, you got to get your shit together, man. And he might check out, on a play, and then, we lose a game. It's a lot, and it ain't worth it. We see players that come out there and don't give a fuck all the time. Right. Like, why don't you just take the money and go home? But some players just go out there and waste our time. It's fine.
CJ, what you think about that, man? Like, once you start thinking about what you're doing on the court or the football field, man, you halfway out the door,
Yeah. I mean, I can speak on about what I've been going through, what other people been going through, the same thing I've been going through as far as my stroke. Now, some people just give up because it's hard. It's a lot of hard work you got to put into it, get yourself back where you once was. Now, when it comes to these football players, maybe it's too much on their body that they take it.
Yeah, and I'm with you, man. Like y'all all said the right things. It's like, if you think about you're going to get hurt, you know what I'm saying? If you feel like it's too much for you physically, mentally, or emotionally, whatever price that you're paying, for your body, it might be too much to keep paying every week. You know what I'm saying? Collision. Football is a collision sport, and it's a violent sport. So he's in the trenches. He's not like playing with a wide receiver or some shit like that where you might not get the ball this game. You know what I'm saying? Or a tight end where you might not get the ball this game. No, he's in the trenches. He's on the front lines. He's fighting defensive linemen every single week for 60 minutes a game, getting his head snapped back, getting his arms and everything pulled and falling to the ground, getting rolled up on. And I think over time, that might take a toll on a person. Not saying that he's weak, but we all got our limits. We all got our levels to the point to where if I don't want to play no more, it should be understood why. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Like, nobody should be out here saying that, he shouldn't be on the field. Like, bro, you don't know what he's going through, man. Like, it's a physical sport, man. It's a physical sport, and everybody's body and mind is different. Like, what I'm tolerable against, you know what I'm saying, it might not be tolerable for the next person. What I can, resist or mentally get through, another person might not be strong enough to. We got Angela, and I still can't believe, and I'm the only one who believes they let Tremaine go. It's a lot of people. I don't know how many people, are shocked that Tremaine is gone. I mean, I know he's a fan favorite to a lot of people. He got the saying, "It's Chicago." Yeah, you know what I'm saying? People love it when he say that, but when you get down to the nitty gritty of these players outside of being emotionally attached to them and you like these players and you want to keep them on your team, teams are looking at your production. Like CJ said, teams are looking at the contract that you got. Like I said before, we're coming into a situation as a Chicago Bear team to where we're getting away from players that we got to overreach and pay for. You know what I mean? Overreaching for DJ Moore to pay him when he's probably a number one receiver somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? But he's not a wide receiver one here. You get a guy like Tremaine Edmunds because you don't really have nothing else. You might reach and have to overpay for him. Going forward with the linebackers that we got, we got what's his name? Ruben Hippolyte. We got DeMarco Jackson. We might be drafting some more linebackers. You know what I mean? So the guys that we probably overpaid for to be on the team, they're not going to be on the team. You know what I'm saying? So Tremaine just fell into that. I think of that where we had to get somebody. We had the cap space to get him. We got him. We had a cap space to sign DJ. We got him. But now that we've elevated our team outside the wide receiver core of one guy, if you guys have been paying attention, basically the wide receiver core now is the ball is spread around. Like, everybody on the team had almost 600 yards. Coastal had 600 yards, DJ 600. You know what I'm saying? Rome 600. So we don't need that type of money on the team if we're spreading the ball around. We don't need that type of player to just think that we can just target him all game when we can spread the ball around, at least for DJ Moore. So, So that's just my thoughts on that. Then we got another comment from Angela. She says, do you think getting rid of DJ was a bad move? CJ, I talked enough on this one. So what do you think? Just to answer the question. Make sure you subscribe to CJ's YouTube page, CNG Podcast.
Yeah, I don't think it was a bad move because, like I said, it's contract and his age. The fact that DJ is 29 years old, and the fact that you paying him all that money, it don't fit with the Bears' timeline that they got the young core with Roma Duze, who's about 22, 23. You got Luther Burton, who's about the same age. You got Coastal Lovren, who's about 22, 23. So with DJ, really don't fit that timeline, and him being 29.
And he could come right in to be another part of that offensive line. It's like, why go out and spend the money when you have a layup situation with the Taylor Decker that you know as Ben Johnson that you coached up from Detroit?
Okay.
And he's coming not because he's hurt. He just wants the money. They don't want to pay him. But the money that we can give him is not going to be Trent Williams money. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be some crazy amount of money. So I think that's why I think I would like to go with the left tackle position and still draft one. But I think if they're going to go cheat this way and conservative, because they didn't have to sign this guy. They could be really starting to get Lindbaum. So this let me know we might not be getting Lindbaum from Baltimore. I could be wrong. They still can go get him. But if you're trying to save that bread and still probably try to make an impact, and you get you a Max Crosby, you get a guy right here, Bradbury, and you get a guy like Taylor Decker, then you can probably go get you a Max and spend the big money on the defensive side. So that's my thought was thinking.
Yeah, because
blue chip and Luther Burden, that's 3. You have a blue chip and Coastal Loveland, that's 4. And you have a solid wide receiver 3 in Jade Walker. That's 5 positions on offense that you guys got on your offense going forward. We just need to see the flip switch on defense, and we can really open up the Super Bowl window. What you think, C?
I agree with you, man. And it was funny. I was listening to 104.3, I think it is, the score. And this guy was just, I don't know, man. He kept talking about, oh, Caleb is not perfect. Caleb got to do this more. He got to do that more. Like, look, the Bears were 3 defensive stops away from winning that game against the Rams.
Yeah.
They couldn't even get to the quarterback. So I don't think Caleb got to be perfect. I think the defense got to be better and stopping the opposing team to get Caleb a chance to go down the field and score. Because we've seen Caleb. Caleb makes 2 throws. He's already at the 30-yard line on the opposing team.
And how many times I've been saying that shit?
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. Hold on, man. Somebody coming here trolling, talking about Max Crosby to the Lions, to the Ravens, man. Quit it, bro.
Yeah, I seen that earlier, man. On I think I seen it earlier on Twitter.
Yeah. So, just what's your thoughts on the free agency, man? Like, I gave my piece, man. Like, I'm asking people, if they're going to philosophy of getting a guy like this, CJ, getting a guy like him. Sorry, that's Drew Dawson. Like this, where you get him cheap and serviceable. So let's just say we miss out on Max. Let's say we miss out on a Trey Henderson. What's the philosophy like? Do you get somebody serviceable, like the Jadon Phillips? Do you get a guy like, from Grinnard, from the Vikings? Like, if their philosophy is not to break the bank, you get someone like this and someone like Taylor Decker, I'm pretty sure I'm banking on that the same philosophy is going to be on defense, where you just get some guys that's pretty good but not crazy, and you build your draft and keep your draft pick. What do you think?
I would say you probably be better building through the draft, but also getting some free agents that are serviceable that can play that spot. Because if you think about it, we had a lot of guys coming in and out of that defensive lineup, especially in the interior. If you get a better guy that can have more production out there for the defensive line, especially the interior defensive line, getting a better nose tackle, getting the more serviceable nose tackle, and getting a better tackle out there who can be productive. That's what the Bears need.
Oh, it's Jay.
At this point, I don't give a damn who it is. Get a guy that can be productive. Get a guy that could be serviceable. Because Andrew Billings, I don't know where the hell he was last year. And Dexter didn't really show up that much last year. He made plays here and there, but he didn't really. his production really wasn't as high as it should have been.
Right. Man, CJ, we really do got some breaking news, man. Max Crosby is a Raven, bro. That wasn't a joke. And I'll bring it up. Thanks, man. Donna Lynn said, good points, fellas. I found everyone. What's up, chat? Yeah, appreciate that. Make sure you subscribe, Angela, to the CJ's the CNG podcast on YouTube, CJ's page. If you're on YouTube right now. But like I say, man, it just makes sense, man, that the sexy picking always are the best pick, and that lets you know that how far we've grown as an organization, and to the point to Ryan Poles is getting help. Because if you think about it, if they all sit in the room, me, you, Shad, we all talking, we all really just having a session about, man, what are we doing? With the money that we're gonna get at the defensive end, if we can get one. Somebody gotta say, let's be practical, let's be conservative, let's work on the draft. And the smartest decision, the smartest angle of perspective got to be the one that's the reason why you make a certain move. So the fact that we're here right now, lets you know that we don't have to overreach again for a player. Whether it's the draft. Yeah, thank you, Angela, for subscribing. We don't have to reach for a player. You know what I'm saying? Because Ryan Poles did say, somebody asked him, how do you build a Super Bowl contending team? He said you have to make sure you're drafting well and getting guys, if you're going to get a free agency person, somebody, you got to make sure that person can come in. It's a balance, man. And I like the fact that they went the way of, we're going to trust our draft picks. Because you get Trey Henderson, CJ, guess what? You sign him for 2 years. You trust Dennis Allen and Ryan Poles in the draft to get your defensive tackle, get you an edge rusher, get you a linebacker, man. So I think this was the right move by Ryan Poles, man. I think this was the right move by saying, we're not giving y'all no first. We're not giving y'all two first. We keep our first.
Right.
So, to anybody that's in the chat right now or pulling up to the live, the Raiders are trading 5-time Pro Bowls Max Crosby to the Raiders, man. It is what it is, man. It's happened. We can sleep easy. We didn't give up 2 first-round picks and everything like that. It's over, man. It's really over. And I'm not mad. I'm not mad at the team for not giving up 2 first-round picks, man. I'm just not mad.
I'm not either, man. Gotta trust the draft process. Trust the draft process, man. I know everybody was getting all jittery and all hyped up Max Crosby, but if it don't feel right, don't do it. And not too many big names. You may see some guys that are not big names coming to the Bears. I don't think they're gonna overpay for a guy, though. I really don't think they're gonna overpay for a guy. I can see them probably playing a guy maybe 10 million, maybe 12 million, and that's it.
Yeah. For sure. All right, man. Shit. This has been a fun thing. Got 123 people pulling up to the live, man. We really want to talk about Tremaine Evans got released. We talked about that. DJ Moore getting traded. How CJ want to talk about that and how that made sense. And how that made sense that we talked about Gary Bradbury that pulled up as a backup center, probably going to play, and Drew Dahlman retired. So we just pretty much talking about the things that have transpired so far within the offseason, man, and giving our perspective on why to get rid of DJ Moore and what it looked like because everybody's on a rookie contract. Then everybody saw, has been waiting, that everybody wanted Max Crosby. He's not coming to the Bears, man. We say about 2 first-round picks, man. We get to sleep well at night, man. So, CJ, what's your final thoughts on anything before we get out of here, bro?
Hey, Max Crosby is a Raven. He ain't coming to the Bears. We can stop talking about it. It is what it is. Trust the draft process. That's all I can say.
You heard him. I'm G Walker. That's CJ of the CNG podcast. We'll be back next week with our free agency episode with Shad and OG Allen. The CNG podcast will be back next week. Bear down.